Hey all, it's Aisa of Forest Naturals, and it has just come to my attention that I haven't shared a recipe with you guys in a long time. And that's because I'm bouncing around with all different kinds of different foods. Not as organic as I'd like to be because it got to be too expensive, especially with me having to eat larger amounts of food for the P90X diet. I do try to still keep it simple and fairly healthy. So right now I'm kind of fearing that I may have a wheat or gluten intolerance. I'm not sure. I don't have medical insurance to check it out, but just on a whim I'm just going to try to cut down on things that contain gluten just in general, because I already know that I'm lactose intolerant. So what we're going to be having today is not a cooked food, but a very tasty salad that was introduced to me by my boyfriend's auntie, Aunt Dora. It's a carrot salad, and very simple to put together from what she explained to me. And then I went online and I found Barefoot Contessa's version from the Food Network, and I only tweaked it a little bit just to the things that I actually had in the house. So it's going to be a fast and tasty little snack for me, and let's go to the kitchen. Alright, this is my little cluttered little workspace. I got a giant bag of shredded carrots given to me by Aunt Dora. I got some raisins, some lemons for the lemon juice, pineapple, some mayo, some kefir that's going to take the place of sour cream, and just some assorted dishes. Alright, so first what we're going to do is I'm going to take this bowl and take 1/3 cup of raisins, and what we're going to do with the raisins is pour boiling water over them. I believe that it's probably going to maybe reconstitute them and make them puff up. And I'll just put these off to the side because I won't be needing them forever. Alright, the recipe calls for 1 pound of carrots. It took forever with the measuring. That is a lot of carrots. I did not use a pound, so this is 3/4 of a pound. So that is 12 ounces what I put in there, because I'm not going to be able to eat that much of that salad, and my boyfriend doesn't help me, so that's going to do it. And we want to go on ahead and pour 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice over these carrots. So I haven't got to use my juicer since the master cleanse, guys. And we just toss. And I think that this helps to keep the carrots kind of fresh, or not from browning, kind of the way it does when you put lemon juice on apples, to keep them from turning brown. Next, the recipe calls for 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. And I'm not going to be using sour cream. I'm going to be using my kefir, and this is a 1/4 cup measure. Put that into there. And this is actually I made it with low fat, well, skim raw milk. Raw milk, so it's not pasteurized or homogenized, so it's nice and tangy and thick. And 1/4 of a cup of mayo. And once again, that is no fat raw milk that I use with this, and this is the light canola, so this should help out with the calorie count of this whole thing. Almost there. That looks like about it. So you don't have to use your fingers. I'm just you know, one of those kind of people. And next, the recipe calls for 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. I use sea salt. And I guess I could eyeball it to see what 1/2 is. And 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now, I don't really use sugar, so I bought this to make something very specific, and yeah, it just gets no action. So I'm not going to use 3 tablespoons. I'll use 1 just for a little bit of authenticity. Of course, I'm sure they meant white sugar, but brown sugar is much better for you. And it's organic, so you don't have to worry about the refined white sugar in this instance. And for any additional sweetness, I'm going to use my Truvia. And this has absolutely no calories, and it's not artificial. It is not aspartame or any of those other weird things. It is from the leaves of a plant, and it has absolutely no calories whatsoever. Alright, so we can move our dressing aside for just a second. And it calls for fresh pineapple, but I don't have any fresh pineapple. I do have some frozen pineapple, but I didn't feel like defrosting. So I'm just going to be using this. It'd be easier if you had the, I believe they're called tidbits of pineapple, but mine is slices. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. So I'm going to put them over into a bowl. And pretty much just chop them up myself. So we are back to our carrots that have been over here just being all crisp and shiny in their lemon juice. And we're going to pour over this dressing that we made. I wonder if it's going to be too much dressing since I did not use a full pound of carrots. Whatever. Do it to your liking. Once again, I'm using my fingers because I'm cheap and I don't waste stuff. I don't waste stuff. Okay. Nice. You can go on ahead and add your pineapple. I'm doing it with my hand just so I don't get too much of that juice in there. I don't want it to get too wet too fast because I'm sure you've seen carrot salads that turn out very, very wet. And I don't care if it is wet. Just don't want to make it too wet intentionally. And here come our raisins that have been sitting and soaking. And they're plumper, although not the prettiest looking little things. And after you add all our raisins, we're just going to go on ahead and toss this all together. And that about does it. Everything is nicely coated in the dressing and everything is mixed in so that hopefully you get a little bit of everything in every bite. So let's see how this looks. Oh, here it is. There you have it. You can see the carrots, the pineapple chunks, the reconstituted raisins all nicely mixed together. And this is a highly nutritious beta-carotene filled snack, side dish, or I might have it as my full meal actually right now because I'm hungry and I made so much. So either way you have it, it will be absolutely delicious. So there you have it. Really, really simple, really, really tasty, nice and crunchy. You could even add a little pepper to it if you wanted to, I don't know, make it a little bit more savory, or you could add more sugar or anything to make it more to your taste. But it is delicious, it is nutritious, and it keeps on calling me. What? Let me go tend to this salad.